Good morning, friends. Welcome back to Astrology Today and Tarot. My name is Mel Rose. This is the Tarot portion and the second half of my daily astrology vlog, which you can check out on my other channel, Astrology Today with Mel Rose. Over there, you will find a description of the day's astrology as I have spelled it out here. Here, I will discuss the tarot card that sits on the side of the page, and then I'll play another card that, in the context of today's astrology, may just give us something more to think about. So let's get into it. The card that currently sits on the side of the page is the Two of Pentacles, and it's here because it corresponds in astrology with the first 10 days or the first decan of the sun's transit here in the land of Capricorn. Capricorn is an earth sign, and pentacles or coins in tarot represent earth element symbolism, and earth element symbolism is really about the material stuff that we have, including our bodies, including, the roof over our heads, the car we drive, the clothes we wear, the foods that we eat, the resources that we rely on, and overarching all of that is, of course, the money that we earn, the money that we have, the financial power that we have to pull things together for ourselves, right? So we have the Two of Coins here, and the Two of Coins represents sort of a juggling act, as you can see, sort of a balancing act. You see this they've got two coins, they're making a little dance as though they are juggling, they're sort of on one foot, and there's this green cord that seems to go between them, and it looks like a big infinity symbol, and to me that represents the fact that you don't ever really get to stop thinking about, worrying about, giving consideration to your physical resources, whether that be your bodily well-being or just your financial well-being. So and that's pretty accurate. We don't really ever get to stop thinking about those things. Maybe for a couple of days, if you save up the money and you go out on your vacation, you don't have to worry about your money until you come back, then, well done. And then, in the background here, we see the ships on the water. The water has got a very ups and downs feel to it. It's very wavy, and that just brings to mind to me the emotions that can come in when we're trying to get a good balance in our physical well-being, or in our finances, making sure that we have everything that we need. So understanding that the emotions go up and down sort of with the balance of the bank account, or with the physical well-being as well. We have to try to maintain a calm emotional landscape for the consideration of our physical resources, because if we're not calm, then we're not making good decisions, right? So let's remain calm so that we can keep our mind on our money and do a good balancing act here, okay? A game of balance is at work. Sometimes this card indicates that rapid change has become the norm, and I think that that's pretty accurate for all of us of late, the way the prices of things have changed, and the physical world is changing very rapidly right now. And also, we're dealing with forces in opposition, such as what we need versus what we desire, or what we'd like to have versus what we can get, right? So just remember that we are lucky, plucky, smart, and resilient people, resourceful people, and we are enough to meet the challenge. And with that said, I got the Ten of Pentacles. I love all this Pentacles vibe, friends, especially here at the end of the year, and as Capricorn is coming in, this is great. So Capricorn and Capricorn all day today, Pentacles and Pentacles, it's all very earthen vibe. It's all very much about your physical success in the world. So the Ten of Pentacles is really this sort of ultimate expression of material physical success in the world, and the thing that pops out to me today and often is that those pentacles on the card are arranged in the shape of a Venus. So remember that Venus is about how we like to receive things, what we are capable of attracting, and how we go about drawing the things in that we like, love, and can't get enough of. Venus rules Taurus, so that's very much about our financial security. Venus also rules Libra, which is more about our security and relationships. But in either case, it reflects that when we remain steadfast in our goals, in our commitments, when we are constant, when we are dedicated, when we, do things the way we know they should be done, when we do things the way we know that they will work, Saturn, Pentacles, Capricorn, okay, then we have successful outcomes available to us, right? So this person at the center would appear to maybe have just come home, and it's a nice home and there's a garden wall around it, and perhaps they're meeting with their spouse and their child. There are a couple of dogs there that represent the faith and loyalty of family. There's an elder there that also probably represents some sort of faith and loyalty, some sort of constance in our lives, right? So part of the reason that we go out into the world to try to earn a bunch of money or to try to create physical security for ourselves is it's not just for ourselves. It's for the people we are committed to caring for. It's for the people, the stuff we want to be able to provide, not just for ourselves, but for them, and for the health of our family, for the well-being of our family, which is also a physical resource in our lives that we can't forget about. So the Ten of Pentacles, ultimate expression of physical security. I really liked to see that here today. And, I'm going to point this out. We have all these planets in Capricorn right now, and I talked about that yesterday. Like, it's very Capricorn vibe, very heavy duty right now, where we're thinking about the future. We're trying to plan for our material success in the world. We're thinking about the work that we've got to do, the sort of smaller goals we have to reach in order to reach the larger goal of that ultimate expression. And three actually of these planets. Moon starts off today conjunct to Venus, but it will conjunct Venus, Mercury, and Pluto today before it crosses into Aquarius after midnight tonight. So the moon is interacting here. We're getting a lot of intensification of our feelings around the way Capricorn affects these other various planets. Venus and Mercury is our personal planets, about receiving what we like and love and how we go about our day-to-day communications, thoughts, and planning, right? And then Pluto is really about transformation. So there's a lot of intensification happening on the page in the sign of Capricorn. We're probably thinking and feeling very strongly today about what it is that we'd like to get started, what kind of work we need to do, what kind of ultimate expression of security would be ideal for us. And all three of these planets, Moon, Venus, and Mercury, are at one point or another today trine to Uranus. Okay, so this is an intensification on the conjunction end with both of those planets, and then they're all trine to Uranus. So Uranus is in Taurus. That's another Earth element sign. Capricorn and Uranus, Capricorn and Taurus. Cardinal and fixed earth signs. So it's about initiating and then establishing the security, initiating the actions that take us to security, and then establishing, sort of pulling down the material resources we have and establishing them as, a supportive resource for ourselves. And Uranus in Taurus, has been here for a while, is going to be here for a while, very much shaking up our relationship to those physical resources that we want, those physical resources that we've become accustomed to having, and the ones we'd like to become accustomed to having, right? So, Uranus not only is shaking up like the availability of resources, like not being able to get the things that we would like to be able to get, or, shaking it up in terms of like things costing more money, right? But also causing us to question whether the resources that we have are enough to support us, causing us to question whether what we have is enough to make us feel as though we're getting to that ultimate expression of security, right? So Uranus is in Taurus to ask you, is that job really working out for you? Are you really making enough money at that job, or would you be better off going somewhere else? Is this house that you keep over your head really working out for you? Is this the right place for you to be living? Is the land that you're living on right for you? Are the people that you have around you right for you? Okay, because we have family that we'd like to support, and very lucky you if it's everybody in your family that you'd like to be able to support, that you have a very good relationship with. But we not all family necessarily falls under that umbrella. We have the people that we are close to that we can rely on, and we have the people that we're not necessarily so close to and that we don't find reliable. Okay, so there's a lesson in like being reliable to people who are unreliable, and how long that can go on, right? There has to be a balance. Venus says there has to be a balance. There has to be fairness in this. Okay, we want to make these choices that bring about stability and safety in our life, and that includes making sure that the people and the things that we support bring about stability and safety in our lives too, like that they're as reliable for us as we are for them. So the trine aspects here, very very auspicious, very divine, blessed functioning between our personal lives, especially how we're feeling, how we get what we want, how we communicate about it, and these changes that we're going through in terms of the material resources we like, love, and can't get enough of, the material resources we need and desire to feel as though we're achieving that ultimate expression of security and safety in our lives. So talk about it. That's what this green line says. Talk about the changes that you perceive. Tell somebody, relate to somebody that you care about and who cares about you, someone that you keep close, about the changes that are coming up, changes of heart, changes of mind, any ideas you have about changing your location or changing the physical, your physical resources in some way. Let other people in on the secret. Right now is the time to be talking about what the future holds, whether it looks the same as today or whether it looks different, right? And to be having those conversations with ourselves and others. Right now is the blessed time. This is the time when we can all get along very well, and that the choices that we make together with the people that we are dedicated to supporting, the choices that we make together with them are going to work out very well for us. And then put together with the Two of Pentacles, again, we're at opposite ends. Okay, remember we just had the Nine of Wands over here for about 10 days, and that was an ending. That was, we had come to an ending. 10 of Pentacles, I'm talking about the 10 of Wands. 10 of Pentacles is also an end piece. It is the end of the story. And 2 of Pentacles is the beginning of that story. So, this is what we're working toward. This is what all these planets, especially Sun in Capricorn, is about right now, is initiating the actions that it's going to take, the consideration, the dedication, the work it's going to take to get us to this point of ultimate security. Okay, Capricorn initiates. It is a cardinal sign, so it starts things up, right? It gets us started, it gets us moving, it gets us thinking about the work that we have to do, the steps that we've got to get through, the goals. The smaller goals we have to unlock so that we can get to this larger sense of achievement and abundance and support and safety in our lives. So, if this is you and you're not quite here yet, that's okay. Imagine what this looks like for yourself. Understand it's got to be fair for everybody involved, including yourself, okay? And then just do that balancing act, right? Venus is a balancing act. Keep your mind on your resources and your resources on your mind. Keep doing the work. Try to maintain that calm mental and emotional attitude while you're doing it, so that you're not just beating up on yourself if you make a mistake, or you're not beating up on yourself if you spend a little more on something that you wanted instead of something that you needed, etc., etc. Okay, this is when it comes to your health and your wealth and your finances, it's best to take a non-judgmental approach, especially when the person we're judging is probably most likely ourselves, right? So let's take a non-judgmental approach to what has been and what currently is, and let's just do the work of creating that sense of balance in our lives. Because once you get this down, then those coins start to proliferate. Then that sense of security and safety and even wealth in your life, even physical well-being, starts to proliferate. All right. I think that's all I have to say about it today, friends. Thank you so much for joining me. I truly appreciate your presence here. My name is Mel Rose, and I'll see you all back here tomorrow for more Astrology Today and Tarot.